Yes, a lot have been happening on the political scene. A lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, and a lot of one or two pandemonic occurrences have been taking place. All right, and this is because of the just concluded elections, presidential elections that was announced some days ago by INEC. The results were said to be kind of doctored and so on and so forth. So Nigerians alike have refused to accept this result. Now I have an update for you. The leader of the Afenifere is from the Yoruba land, the Association of the Yoruba People. The leader of the Afenifere, Ayo Adebanjo, he's actually one who has endorsed Peter Obi over time and believes in the formal Anambra State's governor's strategies and procedures. He has come out to give or to make his grievances known about the election that took place last week Saturday, all right, and say his own side and also support which of the political parties are going to court. Listen to what he said today on Arise News.
It was clear to everybody except to those who are in the corridor or those who are deceiving Nigeria. There was no victory for, I said, and so that election, that was no result. What they have done for Tinibu is like what they have done to the FIDE of that government, Shonekon. It was Pyrrhic victory. And as the leader of the Labour Party has said to be, we will prove it in court. It cannot stand. I listened to the chairman of INEC. When they normally tell you, well, suspend. It is a council. There's a lot of irregularities in the result we are having. Why don't you let us correct them before we proceed? He said, no. I promise you, go and play that tape at the center. Let me complete this exercise, I will review. As for the chairman, those of us who know him know that there has not been the man that should be. It's a great disappointment. And this is not the first time he's disappointing Lagos people. In 2019, he deceived us. And now he has come to, there is a game they are playing, thinking that Nigerian people are fools. And I said it before, on this election, nobody can Babangida us and get away with it. And I'm repeating it. This is daylight robbery. You gave us, the whole country supported you to amend the electoral law to show that the thing will be transmitted by electronic means. We fought tooth and nail to support you. And now at the time of election now, you come back to what we have been fighting against. What a shame. I'm only sorry for the country. I'm only sorry for you youths. But I warned you before, this government is a disaster. And that's why we are feeling everything now. They have no principle, no idea. They obey the law court when it suits them. They disobey when it loads them. They are now shouting about obeying the court law because of its currency. When the man said they should release Igbo, the court said they didn't do it. What of the security man they have been put in detention since they are coming to power? I don't remember his name now. Security officer of Jonathan. What of the several, this man from Kano or Kaduna, the leader of the sheet people, up to the COAS, they told them openly, just say you don't know. They told him that you have no right to keep Nnamdi Kanu. But now that it concerns them, because clashing with their interests, they are now shouting, obey the law, obey the law. It is not the result of a bad government, a disaster. that God will help us to get rid of. I can assure you, there is no government, there is no president-elect at all. It's just a sham which will be proved in due course. Don't play on it at all. This is a game we all see. We are all living witnesses to see. Why don't you follow the law that you buy the election? That's just the principle. Those who are criticizing, they leave the issue. They take up our OBJ. It is the message that the man says, you have not done A, B, C. Reply to that. You pick up the messenger. On this occasion now, it is not a question of whether you win or lose, but is it the method the law provides for the release of the election? Have you followed it? Let them answer that. That's the problem. Why are you beating about the bush?
Well, Pa Adebanjo, thank you for that answer. A few months back when we, actually it was just a few weeks back, there was a clip going around and you minced 0 words in this clip. I'll summarize. You pretty much said that we are in a war, that this is not an election, it's a war for us to get out of the bondage of our oppressors. We do know what the results are now, and we know that the Labour Party and the PDP will be, I guess, escalating this and taking it to the Supreme Court. In your opinion, seeing as how things unfold in this country, especially within the judiciary, is this the right way for them to seek out redress? Or what are your opinions on how they're going about trying to get justice for the way that the elections unfolded?
You know, this country has got to a place where if justice is not done and seems to be done, the people will react. All that Obasanjo is saying is warning you against doing the right thing. As a lawyer, I support going to court. I will condemn the Supreme Court in spite of all their past record, which is not credible. I will still say, let us go there. But I can assure you, if many of you are alive by the time they talk of Wild West, what caused the Wild West in those days, the Western region, is the people revolt against the result of a clear election in the Western region. That was what led to Wild West. It was spontaneous. So if the judgment does not reflect the justice of the case, it is the people who will react. I will talk about that. I'm not raising any alarm, but I warn them. This country, the use of this country, will not take lying low for anybody to cheat them and do what is called daylight robbery and say it is an election. Now, I will say more. I only know that the man has not won election that has been rigged for him in a blatant manner. In a society where we have people, where we have professors and not, unfortunately, it is the professors that are rigging election, which is unfortunate for us. But the youth will not agree. I know that. It is not raising any alarm. It is just the result of injustice. You cannot have peace without justice. You cannot have political stability without justice. And what follows that, you will follow. It is not that Adebanjo that said this. It is just the normal issue of events. When they didn't obey Dasuki has been there now for about 4 years. None of these governors are not serious about it. Over the time, Father goes to court, everything, they know. It is now they now say, obey the court. Okay. But that concerns Dasuki. But this concerns the 200, the Nigerian voters. If you do any justice for them, it is left for them to react. As for me, I've told you, I'm only expecting the day of departure. Next month I'll be 95. What's my business? I'm still in the trenches because of the youth, because of the young men coming behind. If you don't get rid of this shenanigan government, by the time you are suffering, I will enjoy myself in the grave.
Yes, you just listened to Chief Adebanjo there, the leader of the Afenifere. Yes, he is an old man in his wisdom, and he has, over time, not hidden his intentions to vote for Peter Obi over and over again. At times, he talks about the candidate's credibility, his competence, and capacity. So, coming out today on Arise News to grant this interview should tell you that Adebanjo, the leader of the Afenifere, is actually aggrieved about the just concluded election results produced by INEC few days ago. And from what he said there, you heard him give instances of where he feels the elections were kind of doctored, or where he feels INEC went wrong in their pronouncements and in their issuance or following of procedures and guidelines as slated by the Constitution and that of INEC, all right, and the Electoral Act. So the leader of the Afenifere is also not only showing his grief there, he's also showing a high form of he's giving us a high form of advice from a father to children alike to be peaceful and remain law-abiding. Of course, citing example or putting his base or references with the fact that Peter Obi stated yesterday that he is going to court. So the leader of the Afenifere has advised that everyone should keep calm and listen or watch the political scene as it unfolds and as it links to the judiciary. The judiciary too has been very busy. Of course, I brought you an update earlier on that the judiciary today is sat and actually brought back the glory of the old 1,000 and 500 naira notes to be used until 31st December. So let's see what the judiciary would have to say on this particular election process and the results if taken to court. That was Adebanjo, the leader of the Afenifere, on an interview today with Arise News just a few seconds ago. Well, I would just urge you to keep your fingers crossed as we bring you more updates on this favorite YouTube channel of yours, Nation's Voice Tower. Just do one thing for me, of course. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the Nation's Voice Tower, and make sure you always drop a comment for us in the comment section, because it's with you that we go further. All right, this is always the policy of YouTube, because without you doing this, we wouldn't be able to have our videos to all Nigerians and those in diaspora. From us here, we're doing the cutting. See you next time. Goodbye.